Hi, this is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com. Today we're going to talk about what is the number one enemy of team morale. Morale is something that organizations talk about on a constant basis. It represents the so-called happiness level of an organization or of a team, and it is one of those X factor that many times is missing in organizations today. Here's the myth of team morale. The myth of team morale is that the focus is usually on the word team. There is this misconception that morale is affected by the entire team. It is a disease that kind of spreads and propagates among the team members. Not so. Morale is never a team issue. I remember there was once a factory manager called me in and said, Joseph, I have a team issue here. We have a group of operators who are gloomy, who's not getting along with each other, and in short, our morale it's pretty low. So can you please whip up a 2-day team building program? And in this team building program, I would like you to whip them up back into shape so that morale improve and productivity increase and they live happily ever after. My follow-up question to the factory person is this: can you tell me who they report to? Can you tell me who they report to? I want to begin at this level, because as far as morale is concerned, it is never a team issue, as I've mentioned earlier. If it's not a team issue, what is it? It is actually a matter of personal leadership. Let me explain. In order to improve the so-called ethos or environment of the office, team building is not the long-term solution. Of course, it does have the benefit of creating some fun and laughter, but it is never a long-term solution. Nor does recognition. Recognition will not also improve team morale, and even compensation would not improve team morale. There are people who leave the organization for higher pay, and yet they find themselves back in the same scenario again. So team building, recognition, and compensation does not solve the issue of poor team morale. You know what's the number one issue that affects morale? That number one issue is the H word. And you know what's the H word? Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is the number one killer of team morale. Hypocrisy, it's not a team issue. Hypocrisy, it's a leadership issue, because hypocrites are individuals who do not walk with integrity. How does one combat hypocrisy? You combat hypocrisy by being very careful with your words. As a leader, you cannot afford to be loose with your words. Meaning, whatever promises that you make sure that you do it. If there is violation, you must apply consequences. If there are people who do wrong, you must confront and you must bring it up. You cannot afford to keep quiet. So you can be a hypocrite either by saying things that you don't mean or by not speaking at all. In other words, truthfulness is important if you want to be a leader of integrity. The second thing that not only do you have to be very careful with your words, you have got to go about doing the right works. Too many leaders nowadays, they operate by remote control. They stay in their comfortable office and they write memos, they send emails, they send text messages, sending their troops into battle while they retreat into their own comfortable corner. But when you are needed, when your troop needs you, do you stand up for them? Are you attentive to their needs? Do you help them and coach them? What are you doing as a manager? That's important. A few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of being in discussion with the CEO of a local newspaper, and the CEO said this, for a leader that is worth his salt, in times of crisis, a leader would lead from the front. That means when there is trouble, the leader is in front, doing the right works, saying the right things, protecting his people. And in times of comfort, when things are going well, the leader lead from behind. Meaning in times of comfort, he allows his people to take credit and he allows his people the opportunity to lead. But when it is time for crisis, he comes in and takes over. So the people feel protected. In other words, the people feel that my boss, my leader is a person of integrity and he is not a hypocrite. So what's the number one enemy of team morale, so to speak? It is hypocrisy. And hypocrisy, remember, it is never a team issue. It is always an issue of personal leadership, and that is you. And the number one solution is also up to you, because the number one solution or the answer to hypocrisy is personal integrity. And when every leader walks with personal integrity, the byproduct is improved team morale. So team morale is never an issue to be directly addressed with the team. It is an indirect indicator that there are personal integrity issues with the leadership. This is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com. Thank you.